Everybody, and welcome to my In5 series on the SP404 mk2, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. I am working on trying to get some updates to the guide that I wrote on Koala, and I've been trying to do a few videos on Koala and the SP404 mk2 integration just to have the guide updates and information there. I figured while I've been kind of doing that and learning some things, I wanted to do a video because people have asked a few times, like, hey, what's up with Koala? I'm going to start by saying the integration is nice. It's a little basic and it won't let you do everything that you want to do, but I'm going to cover as many parts and topics as I can. So let's start with, if I plug in the USB-C from the SP404 mk2 into the USB-C on my iPad, you're going to see a nice little message that says SP404 mk2 connected here. And up top, you're going to see it's going to say Koala sample, or if you're in sequence, it's going to say Koala sequence. It's just letting you know where you are. And this is nice because we can use all the nice folder viewers and grab samples and things out of like our cloud storage or whatever. So I'll just show you, like, we go samples in the bottom right here. I can come into, I got Gold Baby samples. I've had these forever. Let's just go grab some. You can see in the folder view, it's got the little picture of the cloud. That just means it needs to download it. So you just tap it, and then you can play it and to hear it. And if you like it, just drag the icon over. We can now play it. Super easy. And if we want to do the same thing for a snare, we already got this one here. Let's download another one. Oops, the way I tapped it, it just dropped it into the bank. I did not mean to do that. We're going to go do this. So we can play these, or if we want, we can come over here and be in this view. You can see that it's going blue here to match that the pad, excuse me, the pad has a sample in it, and it's purple to let you know it's selected. All the red ones are letting us know that they're empty. So if we were playing something for audio through the SP4, excuse me, I lose my voice. If we were playing something through the SP404 mk2, we wanted to do like a quick record, you just hold down the red buttons and then fill the slot like you would just here. I mean, we just did silence, so not super exciting. But this allows us to kind of work over here, but still monitor and listen. A couple other nice things is if the start and end doesn't do anything for us, you can see like it cycles a few views here, so you can edit things pretty quickly on the touch display, but that's about it. Whereas if you hit pitch and speed, it actually brings up a menu that allows you to adjust volume, pitch, and pan. And you can see if you hold down shift, you can do attack, release, and some tone settings. So there's like a few like things here, but I mean, we can pitch from -12 up to +12. For example, we can do gain up to 6 dB. So you can really get in and kind of do some quick stuff, and you can do your panning. Beyond that, if we could hit sequence, we can see here where these sequences are, and we can actually, you can tap them, but there's not a whole lot. We're in the pitch and speed view. So we can come through, and you might be able to tell on the display, I'm just alternating here. You can see the graphics changing a little bit. And we can even hit record, which is nice. It allows us to go straight into record. And I can play the pads here and record them into the pattern. There is a little bit of a problem that I have not figured out, is if you hit record, you'd think you would come out and be able to now select your next pattern. I haven't figured out what we need to do to switch between patterns here, and it just seems kind of weird. Like you basically have to like exit, and I don't even want to be like, whoop, let's get out of that menu. So like I can't do like a quadruple stop to get it to stop over here. It seems like the transport controls are basically kind of dumped over to Koala, but then Koala is not doing anything in it. And it could be the settings I've got, but I don't know. I'm just going to hit play to stop, because from here I can then do this. I can select another one. I could hit record and record another pattern. That was like kind of late, but whatever. I'm just trying to show you, like, you can do some of these things, and we have to stop here. We can. Now, the other thing, a few other things that I think are kind of interesting is, you can switch between sequence and pattern, which is fine. And if you want to get out of here and actually be able to get into your SP404 Mark II samples, you got to get out of a bank that's not A, B, C, or D. So I just moved over to E, and I mean, I can play different pads. So if I wanted to, I can hold this down, play this note, and the Koala is always listening to whatever the SP404 is doing. So you're just going to record whatever is playing through here. So whether it's coming in line in, guitar, whatever, if you're playing something real quick, you can just dump it over here and play it. Now you can hear this is lower. You get a couple options to boost the sound back up. One would be go to pitch and speed. Whoops, we got to get back to the bank. So if you want, you can go to pitch and speed, and we can do volume. It seems like it's about a minus 6 dB drop. So if you just crank it back up to 6 dB, it's a pretty quick way to get it back. And again, we can adjust the pitch up and down. A few other settings I have set that you might want to be aware of. If you go into your 3 lines, go into settings, and by default, you're probably going to have enable MIDI velocity off, which means no matter how light or hard you hit a pad, it's going to play full volume. If you turn this enable MIDI velocity on, then you're going to have velocity sensitivity on your pads. I would also, personally, I like having the external MIDI clock sync on if I'm going to be using the SP404 Mark II to send BPM and transport controls over to Koala to sync the patterns together. However, when you do this, I'm just going to show you. If you go to sequence and try and hit play, it just pops up a menu and says it's synced to an external MIDI device and it's not getting any clock. So while we can switch between the two, it's not able to start playing, and you hit record, it's not doing anything. Basically what you end up having to do is you have to go exit out of this view. You got to go back to your view where you're looking at your samples, go to a bank that's outside of Koala. Then you can go pattern select. Then you're back into your patterns that are on your SP404 Mark II for whatever bank you're on. And I can hit one, and it's going to play, which is like, it's fine, but, oh, actually it's not fine. I still got to do one more setting. I forgot shift pad 13 to get into utility. Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't know it actually did that. While you're in Koala mode, you can actually grab stuff. That's what those are. Okay, sorry. I'm going to go back to bank E, shift pad 13. We're now in SP404 Mark II settings. Go to system, go to MIDI, and I want to go to MIDI sync out on, and this will allow the SP404 Mark II to send MIDI over. Now I can go bank E, pattern select, so we're in SP404 Mark II patterns, and now I can play this, and if you look, it's automatically starting and stopping the patterns on the Koala as well using the controls. Unfortunately, I can't change what sequence is playing in the controls over here. That's just something that we're kind of stuck with. Beyond that, I would say just play around with it. You can take advantage of Koala. You get your piano roll and can program in some pretty complex things that are a little bit more difficult to do on the SP404 Mark II. The SP404 Mark II allows you to run your effects and things. So, if we wanted to play this pattern, let's go over. This is just the part that gets a little fiddly. You gotta keep switching between the two to get them to work. So I've got a pattern playing on the SP404 Mark II here, and on Koala, I can still use like isolator. I can come in and do scatter and get like some fun scatters, downer, whatever. I can apply the effects and have all that fun routing going on and do different things. Anyway, guys, that's probably just about as much as I can do in less than 5 or 10 minutes on Koala and the SP404 Mark II. But if you got questions, I'm happy to kind of keep trying to add things in or do more videos on this. And as I said, I'm slowly working on updates on the guide. There's things that I'm really trying to understand exactly how they work or why you might want to do certain things, or if there's like workarounds for a few things that I think are gaps, getting a better sense for how it works together and trying to get it documented. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good, and peace.